evening, Namrata. How are you?
Hi, Sharon. Lovely to meet you. How are you?
I'm good, dear. I'm good. How's your day going?
Yeah, good. Busy. Went to my work, picked up the kids, and starting with the evening as usual.
It never
Enjoying
stops,
life,
right? It never
living
stops,
in the
right?
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, let's talk about you. Tell me who you are, where you're from, what you do as a living, um, and why you are a life coach.
Okay. So yeah, you bombarded me with a lot of questions.
Yeah,
So
you know me.
I'll
I
try
always
to
do.
I'll try to untangle as I go. So, yeah, before I start, I would just like to say, just acknowledge for holding this space for me. I feel so privileged to be part of this empowering women, and I'm really looking forward in our mission and bringing it come true. So now, before I tell about myself again, I just wanted to make sure I'm going to go a little bit about my personal background, and I would like to let everyone know that this is not a story of just me. There's a whole population of women out there, and I'm like a representative of many of the women out there. It's a very common story, but I would like to go a little bit talking about my personal side so you know where the life coaching fit into my life. So, professionally, I am a certified life coach and also I'm a researcher. And my research areas is the niche is metabolism and also the chronobiology. Uh, Now, in terms of life coaching, my areas of interest are the personal development, mindset reframing, health and wellness, and lifestyle. So basically, you will now see where probably how I fit in as a life coach. So I was born in a very small part of the world in Asia. And the socio-economic situation I was born in today's standard, and particularly in Western standard, you would say is a very low socio-economic background. And also part of my growing up and being a minority, we were always bullied by the extremists in the country. And those sort of situation that made my father very strict person, how he raised us. And also my mom being a very traditional Asian woman. She put herself bottom of the priority list, her life kind of sacrificed just raising us. So and from a very early childhood, I was a great observer. I would soak in all this information. And I always knew that I had to make this world a better place, make my life a better place, and became mature from a very, very early on. That means going to a very generic school where where we barely the class had like 60, 70 kids. So it was up to me to come back home to self-study and educate myself. So I was very motivated from very early on. And I knew that I had to come out of the country in order to have a secure life, and wanted to have the taste of freedom and independence. So I left my hometown at the age of 16 and did rest of my education on scholarships. During those times, things involved like supporting myself financially and also supporting my family from the part-time job I was doing alongside my studies. But you know what? I never thought that I was like really struggling. I was just living at the moment. It was just the bigger aim, bigger goal. I wanted to live and I wanted to make this place better place for my family, for myself. And in the end, I wanted to return that favor to that gratitude to the world. And that kept me going. And I learned lessons through living the life experience. But it doesn't also mean that I have always taken the right decision. I've been in toxic relationship, had bad choices, but this is what made me today. So now going fast forward, I've been living in the UK for nearly 20 years. So during COVID time, I managed to do my PhD in metabolomics and chronobiology while raising two kids. And unknowingly, I also took the role what I have seen as in my mom. So I put myself at the bottom of the list. And then I realized that mindset need to change, just not for me, for a lot of the women out there, and just accepting myself with all the weaknesses and all the strength. And this is where the life coaching took place, because I know I can bring a lot of elements from the research. For example, people are very much health conscious and they want to integrate health and wellness. And also throughout my own personal journey, I know how to work on those personal development side. And so this is where my dream is coming true, where I see research in more like a practical way people are using, and also developing themselves as person, what story they're, how they're changing their mindset, and how they are feeling empowered, regardless what situation. Do they want to be homemaker? Do they want to be the professional person? We have all of it. It's just how you approach it.
Why life coach this time in your life? Why now?
Okay. So remember, dear, I mentioned to you that as a child, I always thought that I quite didn't fit into that place. And I wanted to do something for myself, and which I think I did professionally. And I still enjoy my research job. I still enjoy the things I'm doing. But where is that that promise I made to myself, giving back to the society? Where is a lot of women out there? It doesn't have to be from low socioeconomic background. You might be in your wealth, have no financial worries, but we still go on about a lot of other battles. And as you know, it keeps piling up. So this is my way to return back to the society. And also during my research work, I get to coach and mentor a lot of the students and new generation and women. And that's the part where I find most fulfilling.
I got it. Why did you join Women's for Women's Truth?
Okay, so before actually I got approached by you, being a Virgo and being a researcher and having an analytical mind, I set up this Excel spreadsheet where, so I have my company, coaching company, Life to Legacy. And in that, I have set a few dreams or aim I want to gain throughout, like until rest of my life. So one of them is, as I mentioned, to give it back to the society for the women out there. And also for the young generation, it's just not the women of our age. I could see with the women from the young generation, and with so much technology coming with the AI, and they're constantly on their device. And I just think that whole concept of the consciousness and self-awareness is missing. How they come across in the society, how do they handle that human life experience? So they do really need it. So that's probably one of the aim I wanted to do. And personally, I wanted to just again being very scientific mind, I want to teach my kids by setting an example, but not just giving them advice. And if they see that I'm trying myself, giving back to the society and also contributing in that way, it makes me feel that I'm being a good human, and hopefully they learn their lesson that way. And with the Women for Women, when you came and approached me, my dream just got bigger. It's just not. It's just not ignited by one person. It's now got a bit bolder, a lot more bolder, because we have got women from all walks of life, different experiences, different countries, you name it. So we've got like, we got everything covered. And we've got also, if you look at the age range, you have covered from the very young age up till, I wouldn't say you're old.
You can say it. You can say it. I'm over 60. You can say it. It's okay. No problem. I don't have a problem with getting old. I have a problem with not getting old. That means I wouldn't be living today. So let me be old.
You just got many, many years of wisdom. Let's put it that way. So I think, yeah, it's just the whole mission is a lot more bigger, and more practically is more achievable.
You know, we ranged from 27 to 68, and I spoke to the youngest and I spoke to the oldest. And I have to say, they both have the same excitement for the group. And yet there's like 40 years difference in age. They're worlds apart. They've done so many different things. One a little bit is starting in life, one already is really retired. And it's still amazing the connections we have. You would think that age, sometimes there is no connection. Age doesn't matter. I can be 60 and connect to somebody at 20. Willingness to speak, willingness to listen.
And absolutely. And yeah, so also I think one thing that Women for Women Truth really offers me is sense of belonging. Because if I look at my life, as I mentioned, I left my home country at a very young age. I lived in the UK for nearly 20 years, but still just going through so many countries, like 4 or 5 countries I have lived, and meeting lots of people. I just don't put myself in any country, like one specific country. And Women for Women, it feels like I belong to a mission, belong to a community. And that gives me purpose. To have purpose in your life, you have to have the sense of belonging, and also to learn. It keeps me challenging. So we do have all the elements here.
Okay. If the group was yours to do whatever you want, what would you do?
What would I? Oh gosh. To be honest, I think you are doing all the right things
Not me.
already.
I'm out of the picture. I'm not even living. If it was your group,
Yeah.
and you foresee, what would you want to do with this group if it belonged totally to Namrata? There's no Sharon in the picture. I want to hear what your thoughts are.
So I think one thing we probably miss from the society is raising our young generation with education, with clarity. So I would probably approach the technology from an educational perspective. It's also come from because I'm from academia. And I think we need to bring awareness to women and young generation, even just not for women, even for the men to have respect for each other. Even it goes other ways, like to women to have respect for the other part of the gender. So I think it needs to start from a young age, so to have them education and not sugarcoat the life and talk about difficult things they are going to face. So yeah, so more on the education perspective and bring the awareness.
Okay. Then I have another thought for you. There's a lot of people out there that will never be educated in their lives due to country situation, especially a woman. I'm talking about women, religion, um, um, being impoverished. How do you help these?
So you know what? I know there are part of the world where the education people don't get to go to school. But one thing I know that most of the people have and they are addicted to it is the social media. So everyone, like even if you look at the social media account, even people from the slum areas, they have got mobiles and they will use it. So maybe reach through those, because physically it's not possible to go every part of the world and try to make a drastic change. But this is probably the easiest mean where you can stay at home and manage your day-to-day busy life and still get the message out there. And something like the webinar we are planning to do or the YouTube we are planning to start. So this is probably where we just start. And personally, I'm actually getting involved with a lot of the charity work over here, who looks after the women who has been through the abusive relationship. Or some sort of mental health difficulties. So, doing my contribution over there.
This is just throwing out a question here, which you're going. We're Namrats with the group. What do you foresee?
What I see with the group?
In the future.
In the future, I think we are still at very preliminary stage. And one thing I learned from my life, that you should never put a limitation how much you want to dream for something. One thing I would like to continue is just the focus at the moment and take the wild dream come to your mind. And that is going to motivate us. So I'm not predicting the future. If you say that, I think we'll have, we want to go around the countries and take this contribution to physical level, internet, any possible way you could think of. Listen, dreaming doesn't cost us any money. That's the only place is seem to be least cheapest in the world. So
I'm going to say to you, I'm going to be very wild.
yeah.
As long as I'm here and I'm physically capable, it's endless. I think what we can do, and even when I'm not here one day, this group has to continue on. This group has to. My goal is basically when someone calls up and says, "I'm from," we'll say, a state in USA, Mississippi. A lot of people are poor there, and they're Black. That girl or woman calls up and says, "Will you give it?" And my goal in life is not necessarily to work this group financially, but is to help that young lady who calls up for help and make her life better. If I can do that one at a time with the help of you, and each of us do it, and let this group go on for many years and help hundreds, hopefully one day thousands of women. That's my dream. And
so Sharon, you just said you're going to dream once, but you put a number of thousands.
yeah,
it has to be more than thousands if you're dreaming once.
If I got 1,000 would be such a joy. I hope I live that long to get that one. I hope to God I do in my lifetime. I'm hoping to get 10, 20, 100. But I'm being logical with me.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask of you, like I asked all the women, there's 10 of us. I'm 1/10. Each of us has to be 1/10 to survive, to help. And that's all I ask.
Absolutely. I would like
you for being here. Thank you for being on board. I want to thank you for not hesitating when I asked you to be a part. And forever grateful. And I'm going to lean on you now more. I think it's as we go forward and in the new year, I think everybody is going to have a say and something to do in this group, not only Sharon. I think Sharon started it off. I think the Namratas and the Hollies and the Antars and the Janiques, all of you, have to take a part in it. And we move forward. And with all our combined experiences, from being 27 to 68, we learn from each other. We learn our powers to be, and we learn our weaknesses. And through these conversations that I'm going to open up myself and others in this group, we'll get to know the challenges we all had and how we empowered ourselves, not necessarily to become better people, because I think I always was good, to become more understanding of ourselves and to be happier and at peace. And I have accomplished that at this point in my life. My goal, you're not going to get it, honestly, at 20 or 30 or 40. It's due to the age process. You'll be at peace, but not, I don't believe I was all those ages. And we have our struggles. You come to a point where you say, okay, it's a struggle, but it's just a part of life. And we do it peacefully, not stressfully or anxiously. And we understand. And if we can make one woman a day understand, make her feel better, or not say to her or to herself, really, that I'm bad, not worthy of it, I deserve it. These are the women I want to help. And it's not about being, there's no bias here, there's no religion, there's no country, there's no color. Doesn't matter how financially secure you are or you're not. And I need all of your help to put the word out, because we're going to start our first webinar. And I hope to go on in the new year, probably February, to go live. So that's when I'm going to topics, discussion, and we're going to go deep.
Of course, I'm looking forward to a journey together. And just in last few minutes, as we are talking about dream, and it reminded me one of the one of the sentence famous quotation from the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, where he says, "If you really want something in your life, the whole universe will conspire to help you to achieve it." And I truly believe it.
So do I.
Yeah.
What are the odds that we should all meet in this time in our life? It had to be the universe. It wasn't me or you or the other 8 women. I believe we were meant to be. I believe I'll make sure. I'll empower everybody to get it going and to get it striving better way.
We will.
So I want to thank you again for the podcast, for being with me, being that sweet, adorable. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. I look forward to a journey together and the webinar and going deeper into different topics.
Thank you, dear. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. I'll see you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.